Alright, let's have a quick look at working with the modern MPOS connection information on the AX2012 R3 Demo Virtual Machine. So I've logged on here as Emma Harris because that's what's configured in the demo virtual machine environment. I'm just going to close out the POS and then I'm going to go to the main menu and I'm going to scroll across and you'll see the retail beta POS. So this is specifically registered in the demo virtual machine for this user. So that's the user that you can use for the modern POS. So I'm going to start it up and you'll see it'll prompt me for connection information. And so of course I can log in and access it. Now at some point you may lose that connection information, for example different reasons. So I'm going to reset the connection and then walk through the process of establishing the connection. So I'm going to go into my charms here, reset the application and click reset. So at this point it's going to get me back to this device activation URL screen, and you may have a blank service URL. I just blanked it out. So you'll see every time I start this up now it's going to prompt me for that device activation information. So let's have a look at how we establish this information. I'm going to switch over to another session, which is my backend environment, and if I go into Server Manager and then IIS Manager, you'll see under here we have, under our websites, the retail server website, and underneath here we have retail server, and you'll see I have the ability to browse to that. If I hit browse, it's going to start up a web application and give me an error because you can't access it directly from here, but what you want is the URL. So I'm going to copy the URL and I'm going to navigate over to my device for the device activation, and then I'm going to add an extra parameter on the end here, which is v1. So next we need the device and the registration number. Okay, let's switch back over to our backend. We'll go into AX. I'm in retail, setup, POS, and then I'm going to go to my devices. So you'll see here that this is the device setup for the modern POS, which is Houston 3. The register number is Houston 3. Now you'll also notice that it's activated. I deactivated or reset the application, but if I try to reconnect, because it's got activation details on it, won't let me connect. So these are my device number, this is my registration number. I've put it at pending, so we should be able to connect. So if I go back, Houston 3. Now the operator you need to work out what should log on as. So let's reverse engineer this. So we can go up to retail, I can go to my retail channel and my stores, and I can find my Houston store. So in the setup I can go to workers and then I can find Emma Harris here. So this is 000137 and the demo passwords are 123. So let's have a look. So 000137.123. Now this URL and the setup is only relevant to the demo virtual machine, so the AX2012 R3 Demo Virtual Machine. Obviously the same sequence you'd go through, but if you're looking from a production environment you'd have to obviously change for your relevant parameter settings. So the user operator also has to have the ability to activate this device, which this user does. So I'm going to go and activate, at which point it'll prompt me for my login, so I can log in now. For that operator. So that's basically the connection information to get you connected if you lose that device connection information. So From here on, it's a matter of working with the POS, but the main things I wanted to point out here is that connection information and what you need to do. It's also important to note that in the AX2012 R3 Demo Virtual Machine and the modern POS, it'll only work with one user registered. So in this demo environment, it's the Emma Harris user, so you'll need to work with them for playing